Well, it's another very early good morning to everybody. It's 2 a.m. here in the UK and I've got to be at work at 7:30, but I've been burning the midnight oil to post my third video today showing a relocation of the rectifier regulator on the Interceptor from its stock location under the bike. Subject of many videos that I've done. I won't go into the reasons why people do it. It's because they burn out there basically. So there is a rectifier regulator in its stock location under the bike near the centre stand. These pictures were sent by Kent in Texas. Hello Kent. He got the cables and has fitted it. So this is the process he's gone through. That shelf there is where the evap cartridge would have been, and he's very wisely, in my opinion, removed it and got rid of it. And behind it you can see that block terminal with block connector with a yellow thing and a red slide on it. That is the wiring harness of the bike, and that's where the rectifier regulator lives, probably the worst place it can ever be. So it's a fairly easy process which I've detailed in videos on how to remove it, and as you can see there is the rectifier regulator unit with its cooling fins, the infamous red slide block, subject of another previous video all about just how to undo it. It's not difficult, but it's tricky if you watch my video. It shows you how to do it. So that is the rectifier regulator from under the bike. The cooling fins are obviously to cool it down. It generates heat, and it's probably in the worst location in the history of motorcycling, which is why they burn out all the time. And you'll see there he's got his electrical contact cleaner out to clean the block itself, and on the right of the picture you can see the ends of the extension cables that I manufacture and send out to people. And as I said, there's been a lot of installations. There's three people have emailed me today to say how they've got on with it. And this next picture, again, it shows the rectifier regulator unit, as you can see, and just above it is the ends of the extension cables. That sheet of aluminium, Kent made a little bracket for it, which you'll see in subsequent pictures. Now it can be mounted underneath the steering yoke. Other people have mounted it on the cradle tubes at the front of the bike under the oil cooler, because they've got a steering damper or things in the way of the steering yoke. This next shot shows the actual more of a close-up of the rectifier regulator. Now the fins that are on it, you can see they get worn by road muck and water and chain grease, and then that attracts more dirt. The fins get contaminated. It's in a very hot location anyway, the stock position, and this is why more and more people are saying that their rectifier regulators are burning out, often multiple times on the same bike actually. And I would say it's almost certainly the location. There's a bracket that Kent made. It's just a piece of aluminium using the existing holes in the rectifier regulator itself, and the bracket can fit under the bottom steering yoke into existing pre-threaded holes which hold two clamps, one for the brake pipe and on the other side it's for the ABS wire and the speedo wire. This next shot shows the extension cables themselves. The red slide block there is a fiend. If you watch my video on how to undo it, I've had emails from people, which I get lots of now, have just sort of gone in there and started pulling away on that red slide like crazy. And because it's sat there behind the engine, it can get hot and brittle. So some people break those. So if you look at my little video, it is quite simple once you know how to do it. It's not difficult at all. And there is the relocated rectifier regulator, which is mounted very nicely on the front of the bike. You'll see the cables are dangling at that stage. and of course that is then in the airflow at the front of the bike. It's above the mudguard, and whilst it will get wet in the rain, it's certainly not in a hot position. There's another shot, and I used just a little cheap galvanised bracket for about 50p from the local hardware store for mine, but of course you can come up with a splendiferous bracket like that one should you so wish. Mine was a prototype. It's been on 8-9 months now without incident, so I just left it out of sheer laziness, I suppose. There's another shot of it. You see he's taken his tank off. It's possible to install that without taking the tank off, actually. You just prop the rear end up and feed the cables up the side of the bike, as per my previous videos. And this final shot here shows his machine, which is very, very nice. It's got quite clearly got stainless headers and stainless cans, and as you can see at the front there is the rectifier regulator, which is exactly where it would be on a classic British bike. So thank you for that, Kent. I appreciate you sending me the pictures. I've not used all of the pictures you sent me because some of them I'm using an iPad for these videos and I can't make them fit, so they look a bit difficult to see, but I think that gives you a general idea. So that's in Texas. Hopefully hot Texas, that rectifier regulator is going to be a lot happier. So there you go, another one. In the meantime, take care, Kent, and thank you again for the pictures, and to everybody else, wherever your rectifier may be, take care on your bikes. I just wish we had some Texas sun over here because it's awful weather and so unpredictable. But if you are out, take care, and thanks again, Kent. Speak to you soon.